we're going to play a version of what Mr. Lochelle is calling hallway cornhole. So the goal is to place your beanbags as close to a target as possible. I have already set up outside in the hallway the 3 different stations. So it says place the lines of masking tape 5 meters apart. Draw a large clear dot on the tape. So I've already done that for you. There's a piece of tape, you're going to stand behind the tape, and then you can throw at the target. The goal here is to do an experiment, basically. They're testing to see whether or not they're better at throwing the beanbags with their dominant hand versus their non-dominant hand. So when they're done going over this, we're going to go back into the classroom and we'll actually get the statistic we're interested in, which is the difference in the mean. So they're going to do this twice with their dominant hand, twice with their non-dominant hand, and then they're going to get the mean of those 2 differences. And what we're interested in knowing is whether that difference, when you subtract it, basically it'll tell us which hand is better. We're going to play 4 games, twice using your right hand and twice using your left. It says very clearly you can start with either hand, but you should alternate hands on each attempt. Measure carefully, record the distances in the table. When your trials are completed, you're going to find the mean when you come back in here. And it's an example of an experiment versus an observational study, which is a key unit of the AP Stats curriculum. And more specifically, it's an example of a matched pairs experiment. So that's what we're going to be talking about, is why is this called a matched pairs, and how is that good, basically. And so it's an example, chance for them to talk about that. You should have found the mean of your left hand and the mean of your right hand. We're going to find the difference between them. So you want to subtract those 2. Now here's how you're going to do that, though. You need to be careful with the way you set it up. You want to take the mean of your dominant hand and subtract the mean of your non-dominant hand. So if you are a right-handed person, you're going to do the mean of the right hand minus the mean of the left hand. If you're a left-handed person, you're going to do the mean of the left hand minus the mean of the right hand. Based off of our dots up here, so I had 20 kids in first period, we've got 18 here, so we got about 40 dots. And we can count and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of the 40, 10, I forgot about the 40 over there. So 75%, right, 30 out of 40, 75% confirmed my conjecture. 75% of the time, the dominant hand was better. A matched pairs design is a very powerful experimental design, and the reason it's so great and people like to use it is because it helps reduce bias, and it helps to eliminate or at least reduce confounding variables.